Hi, this is Minesh Bakshi, and last week, actually weekend, I was listening to a very successful speaker, and he's made about $1.4 million a year, has saved about $8 million, and he's in his 40s, does really, really well. And he was teaching about sales in general. And when he talked about the topic of objections, I think what he had to say was very interesting. And I think you and I need to focus on this way of overcoming objections. So today, I just want to give you some quick input on how I view objections. Now, again, if you go through a typical sales course, they will tell you there are typical objections that you will have, right? People will say, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I'm not ready yet, I need to ask somebody else, etc. So there are going to be these objections which you will get. So those objections you and I need to be aware of will come about. One of the most common objections is, let me think about it, right? And Sandler sales training, if you are familiar with Sandler sales, they pretty much in the beginning of the conversation make it very clear that there is no thinking about it. Because if you have to think about it, they just walk away. And there are different approaches. Now, there are some people who will actually walk through and overcome every objection that is presented to them. But as a coach, as somebody who really helps people achieve results rather than just selling a product or a service, I don't view objections like the traditional selling systems tell you about learning about every objection and handling every objection. And I think it is a waste of time in general for me to take every objection into account. Now, it doesn't mean there are not real objections versus fake objections, and I'll cover that in a minute as well. So the first thing is, are you looked upon as an expert and a trusted person or not? See, that is the crux. If somebody trusts you and they look at you as a person who provides expertise, the number of objections will become very less. Okay? And at the end, there are only two objections people have, really, just in general. One objection is they don't trust themselves. And the second objection is they don't trust you. I mean, let's not complicate the matter. There are only two real objections people have. The first objection is they don't trust themselves, and the second is they don't trust you. So, if you are known as a trusted person, and you are somebody who has enough credibility, and what you offer really is a good fit for what that person needs at that moment, then there is really no reason for an objection. There really is none. But people will have objections. But again, if the objections are only two objections, you have to ask yourself, are you going to invest your time in overcoming different objections? Because people will say, hey, I'm not ready. I need time to think about it. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I need to talk to my husband, spouse, dog, cat, whatever they need to talk to before they come up with, or some will say, I need to pray to God. Okay. All of those things are fine, but they don't really actually address the real objection. Because if they trusted the person and the person's expertise and credibility in that area was very high, there would be really no objection. Do you understand that? So for example, I'll make it so clear that you'll understand this. So we know Warren Buffett is known as one of the top investors on the planet, correct? So if Warren Buffett came and told you, hey, I will coach you, mentor you, and teach you how to invest, is there any objection you would have? No. Now you may say, hey, I don't know how much he's charging and everything else. Let's forget about the money. Let's forget about the time for a moment. If Warren Buffett comes and says, hey, I want to coach you in helping you learn, master investment, how committed would you be? You would be very committed, right? You'd be like, oh, if this guy, who is the master investor on the planet, is going to teach me, then I definitely will take time to learn, right? And Warren Buffett obviously is somebody you can trust, has the track record of providing enough evidence that he knows what he's doing. Okay, so you and I need to ask ourselves, are we seen as a trusted person, and are we seen as a credible expert in the area that we are actually promoting in our services? That's the first thing. If you are looked upon as a person with track record, which means when you say something, you do it, and you have established enough success in the eyes of the people who are watching you, then they will trust you. But there is another objection we just talked about, and that is people are not confident in themselves. So if Warren Buffett came and offered somebody who has very low self-esteem, very low understanding and belief in themselves about investments or anything in that area, they would still have an objection. And that objection would be, I don't trust myself, but I won't say I don't trust myself. I will say I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I'm not ready yet, I need to talk about it to somebody else, I'll pray about it, and whatever else they will say. And at that time, you have to ask yourself, am I willing to invest time in this person who doesn't have as much self-belief to make a decision when the offer is the right offer? Okay. And the speaker that was speaking on Saturday that I attended in front of 1,500 people, he basically said, hey, if the person doesn't see the opportunity, the offer that I present, and I know it's a good one for them because I know them, I've taken time to understand their situation, right? Okay. And I know I'm confident about my ability to lead them, provide them these benefit that they need, then I'm not going to waste my time overcoming objections. And it comes back to the story that in the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about Andrew Carnegie. So when Andrew Carnegie was talking to Napoleon Hill and giving him an offer to interview some of his best friends who were very, very rich, so that Napoleon Hill could interview them and come up with the information about how to grow rich, Andrew Carnegie was actually timing him about how long does Napoleon Hill take to come up with the answer. And Napoleon Hill didn't take too long. He said yes, and the rest is history. The books 17 Laws of Success and Think and Grow Rich and a lot of other books have come around from that. Okay. But the key part I want to make sure you understand is people who make quick decisions succeed fast. And that part applies to me, applies to you. So when somebody offers you an opportunity and you take too long to make a decision, trust me, you are setting yourself up to not succeed fast. It applies to me when I have an opportunity presented in front of me and I don't take quick action on it. I don't make a quick decision on it, assuming the opportunity is right. I know the person is trusted, right? Then I will not succeed fast either. And that is what the objections are all about. Either the person is somebody who likes to make quick decisions or is willing to make quick decisions now because what you're offering is such a good opportunity, then that is a good person to work with because they are likely to be able to do the things that you want them to do and they will follow through quickly. But the person who takes too long to make a decision usually is not succeeding fast either. Now that may sound harsh to some people. Some people are like, hey, I like to make my own mind. I like once I'm committed. I understand. I'm not arguing with you about how you actually make decisions. But I can tell you, if you look at every highly successful person's track record, they made decisions quickly. To wrap it up, I'll give you an example. One of the shows that I've got addicted to now and I watch reruns over and over is the show called Shark Tank. If you haven't watched the show, you should definitely watch the show. Now, I don't have the patience to watch it on TV because there are too many ads and commercial breaks and I just don't like that. And YouTube is such a good collection. YouTube, my daughter is right here, so I don't know if you can hear. But so I watch Shark Tank and I see that the entrepreneur is making a pitch to 5 different investors about that the product or service that they provide and the business that they have created, looking for investment and mentorship from these sharks who are all billionaires. And at that time, they make the pitch, the sharks make an offer. And in some cases, they don't make an offer. But either way, I have seen this repeatedly, that the sharks totally dislike a person who cannot make a decision. In fact, in one specific pitch that I saw, this couple, the man and the woman, they were partners and they couldn't decide. And 2 sharks, these billionaires, made an offer. And because they couldn't decide, guess what happened? The billionaires withdrew the offer and these people, the couple, went away without getting a deal. Why? Because they were very slow in making decisions. Successful people know it is better to work with somebody who makes quick decisions, because that person will learn from those decisions and move on, than to work with somebody who is extremely slow in making decisions, because in a business, things happen fast. So what am I trying to address here today? I just want you to become relaxed about overcoming objections. I really don't want you to feel any pressure in overcoming objections. All you have to focus on is the offer right offer for this person? And if that is the case, have you made yourself clear on what you're offering to this other person? And then, if they can't decide in your favor quickly, that's not the client for you. That's not the person you need to work with. Why? Because they will not succeed as fast. Now, it may not sound nice to you, and I apologize if that's the case, but I know from experience, the people I have seen succeed fast are people who make quick decisions. And again, sometimes it is the timing. The person may not be ready. They have their own situations and challenges, which is fine. And they may come back to you later, but they will respect you for somebody who is not going to keep answering objections. What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? No, you're just going to look at, say, hey, I made you a great offer, right? And I know I can be trusted to help you with what you want. Are you ready? Are you not ready? And what I want you to understand is, keep this simple so you don't feel any pressure. When you are having a conversation with one-on-one with somebody, they don't seem to be ready to take action. Don't worry. Move on to the next person. Why? Because eventually the right person will be there. This person may not be right at this moment, and that's perfectly fine. So what can you work on? Let's go back to what you can work on. The first is, are you somebody people can trust? Which means, do you do things based on your promise consistently or not? Do you follow through on what you say? That is the first hallmark of getting trusted. The second thing is, what are you doing to enhance your credibility in your marketplace? Because if you are sharing your information like I am today, on a video, email, blogs, etc., if you're doing that consistently, then people will respect you, and the right person will say, you are the person I need to work with. So keep working on the 2 things. Number 1, become a person that people can trust by keeping your word, number 1. And number 2, in the area of expertise that you want to be known, make sure you're becoming more and more credible expert, so people will see that you have the information, the structure, the support, whatever the people need, so that you can help them get the results they want. And again, if you have any comments, please post them. I'm looking for you to become relaxed in your conversations with people in overcoming objections. Good luck to you. Once again, I want to remind you, in Orlando, we'll be having a great program, April 21st and 22nd. And these are some of the things we'll be covering more in detail. We'll have exercises as well. And the main idea behind it is I want to help you create a structure for you to make $100,000 or more a year and work less and make more. Good luck to you. The program on April is free. Sign up today, and the information will be in this particular Facebook group. So I hope you are learning from it, and whatever you learn, keep posting here. Good luck to you. I look forward to learning more from you while sharing my information. Thank you.